We are now on page 9, the subject of export. Now, the reason you would want to export an image is that you require that image to be in some alternate usable format. In other words, not CorelDRAW Profile, but for example, you may need to take the image and place it on the web, in which case you might want to export to a format that's suitable for that, such as a PNG file, a JPEG file, a GIF, or G file. That's what exporting is for. Now, of course, there are always a number of ways. Use your keyboard shortcut or up to File, but I'm going to use the icon and click Export. The first thing I want you to realize is that when you export, automatically the actual file name will be applied, but I am going to call that, as you can see, I already have export appeared. I am going to call this testcogs, okay? So that's the first thing. The next thing is, what is the file type? Depending on the version you have is whether it will be displayed, but effectively I will use this drop-down menu and I can choose a file type here, and there are a lot more in here than we can actually see if displayed there from the scroll bar. Then there are so many we can export too, but let's, for example, just go with a JPEG. Pretty common one that a lot of people export to for the web and someone. Name me a file, choose your file, type, and click Export. Now, of course, it exists, and it's asking me to do a lot of overwrite, so say yes, but here is what you see. Now in X6, we have brand new export dialog boxes, depending on what format you are exporting to. I am not going to spend a lot of time talking through all of your settings, etc. We will do that further on in some of the training. But what I want you to see right now is that the entire page is being exported, and that's not what I wanted. I simply want to export the image, so I am going to cancel that. What I need to do is select the image first, or I can click and drag and marquee around my image and then choose Export. Now, we didn't see this before, select only. Watch this, what they select, then export. See, the select options only is not there. Whereas, if I select my image that I wish to export, I have the option, or do I only want to export that which are selected rather than the whole page? So I could select various objects on the page and only choose to export those. So I am going to do that, select only. I will click this one as I am going to export on the top of it and click Export. Click Yes. Now this time we'll see a display of only what we are exporting, as you can see. Now again, I will run through all the settings, but I will say this quickly for convenience. Just simply choose one of the three options, and if, for example, you choose high quality, for example, you have to say that it's 123K, and again, this is what it would look like. So simply click OK, and you have exported your image. Now remember, there are many different file types to choose from, and of course, you will know the file type Fuel Industry. A typical one, for example, is a PLT file, HPGL file, for sine cathars to use the Plaza. Anyway, so go ahead now and export this image. Select your image, export the image, choose a couple of different file types just to make sure you have a field, and we will move on to our next lesson.